Losing Bravo. Enemy taking Alpha. We lost A.
1, 2,
We lost B.
3.
We lost Alpha.
3 in a row. That's triple. And yeah,
C secure.
I only picked myself up a
Launching carrier.
double kill medal. Honestly, Sledgehammer, fix your game. It's impossible to earn double kills and triple kills in this game. Anywho, greetings. I actually tried out ranked playlists for the first time, and I have to say it's actually quite fun, except naturally I'm up against clans after clans after clans, and it is actually kind of frustrating, especially when I'm playing by myself. I'm with a bunch of thumbless morons and all that, but I reckon if I got myself a decent team, then I'd actually enjoy the ranked playlist a bit more. But as it stands, I'm quite happy just playing pubs with friends and just generally having a blast with this game. It's definitely a lot better than the Ghost version, where it was actually clans versus clans. That just was not fun whatsoever. I mean, I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was just 4v4 and you had to have a clan, and it just made things really more complicated than it had to be. That being said, I am actually noticing how annoying it is how you can't actually edit your classes before the actual matches without being hurried. You know, hurry up, complete your classes before the match actually starts and all. And furthermore, if you don't actually know the rules in terms of what's banned and what's not, especially if this is your first time and all that, it goes by the official esports rule. So if Stalker is banned, then Stalker is banned in ranked playlist, and the same with, I don't know, I have a feeling that the adjustable stock might actually end up seeing a ban, but the stuff like, oh, if the BAL is banned, then it's banned in the actual ranked playlist. But I actually spent ages trying to figure out why I couldn't use any of my classes, and why I could only use like the preset ones, before I actually went online and actually figured it out that the only thing that was stopping my class from being used was the UAV, which, to be honest, I'm glad that at the moment, because it's still a brand new game, it's still a fresh new game, nothing is actually banned, but I am really not going to enjoy when the first lot of bans come in and I can't use any of my favorite perks or any of my favorite weapons or attachments, just because it over centralizes the game or whatever. Complete shame, complete shame. But it really does need to be fixed. They have to tell you some way in like what's banned, or at least, you know, give you plenty of time to actually edit your classes or and all that. But maybe I'm just overlooking something. Maybe you can do it in private matches and take your time editing classes. I don't know, but either way, it's just not that clear. And while I'm not exactly a huge fan of Capture the Flag, I'm not exactly entirely sure why. Hardpoint is okay. In Black Ops 2 it was okay. It's kind of fun. But I really, really despise Search and Destroy. It's just not my preferred game type. But at least Momentum's in, which I find fun, because it's not a game mode that's, you know, taken seriously, but having to try hard at it now might just make it less enjoyable, but we will see. I mean, so far these are the only 4 game modes that you can play in ranked playlist. That's basically Hardpoint, I've even got what I was going to say. Yeah, Hardpoint, Capture the Flag, Momentum, and Search and Destroy. Like this game that I'm playing right now, well, I'm not playing right now obviously, but the what's on the screen is Capture the Flag, and to be honest, this was the first time I really played Capture the Flag on Advanced Warfare, and it's quite fun. I kind of wish Domination was there and, you know, Kill Confirmed or Team Deathmatch, but I guess they have the valid reasons why they're not actually in the game, but never mind. At least it's forcing me to actually play game modes that I wouldn't actually usually play. Except for Search and Destroy. I hate that mode with a passion. Anywho, on a different note, or as Michael Cole would say, switching gears, I now actually have a favourite weapon of choice, and that is the HP5. Uh, After pretty much swearing off shotguns last prestige, and let's face it,
Get
who
back
could
Alpha.
blame me after some of
The enemy
the
took
clips that
that
I've actually
flag.
gotten of me actually using my shotgun and them just completely doing nothing. Doing nothing. Anyway, I did actually want to keep a high mobility class, and yeah, so yeah, as you can see, we're pretty much losing 3-1, but it gets incredibly close later on, as you'll see later. Anyway, as I was saying, I did actually want to keep a high mobility class without having to actually rely on the stock attachment for the assault rifles, and unlocking the stock in the first place is just a pain. I'm sorry, but 20 hit fire kills, it's just not my thing. Hit firing just isn't my thing. I don't do it unless I have no other choice, so having to get 20 of them is just real pain. Actually, speaking of which, I actually remember starting off with the bow and then sticking to that for a while, but after that stealth patch came in, suddenly the bow was just getting this recoil that just threw me right off. I mean, to be honest, the recoil was manageable, but it still couldn't hurt to slap a foregrip on it. Even after this current patch, it's still manageable, but I just didn't feel like using it anymore as everyone else was, and it just got boring. It just became Call of Duty, Advanced Battlefield, and it was just all other battle related puns. I Besides, I could always go back and use it again if I really felt the need to get on my try hard, sweatbands and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, after a while I decided to switch it up and actually use a different weapon, and that's, to be honest with you, that's actually what gets me a lot of deaths a lot of the time, because I'm actually trying out different weapons. I remember trying out the chainsaw in Ghosts. I said it was fun. I still think it was fun. Kill death ratio took a severe hit. Oh yeah. Anyway, I didn't really settle on an assault rifle. I mean, the AK-12 is good, but I'm still holding out for the elite version, the RIP version. I do have the other one. What's that? The finger trap, I believe it is. Yeah, I've got the finger trap. I hate it, simply for the fact that you can't put attachments on it, which I guess is to balance it out, but I need that stock. Anywho, I also tried out the IMR, and I did actually like it to begin with. I even used one of my prestige points on it, but damn, that reload time is just nope, cannot do it. Just cannot do it. And for some reason, it's just not as good as it was when I first started using it. Maybe it's just my imagination, but it used to, I think it doesn't help when I think often a one burst weapon. What am I even saying? Yeah, it doesn't help when it's burst fire, and I often believe that burst fire weapons should be very powerful to make up for the fact that it is burst fire. But one burst barely even kills an enemy. Maybe I'm mistaken, or whatnot. Maybe you have to have a headshot or something like that. But the burst fire is just not that great. I think you need a couple of bursts to actually put down an enemy. So imagine what going up 2 or 3 is going to be like. Yeah. And to be honest, that kind of hurts it in comparison to other burst fire weapons in the past, such as the MSBS in Ghost or the MAA1 in Black Ops 2. The ARX is the ARX, and the MK14 is just an awful game. It's just awful, especially in a game where everyone else is flying and, you know, boost dodging and all that. The MK14 is just getting outmatched. Anyway, I figured that after playing a prestige using shotguns, I want to remain as mobile as possible as I can while rushing, and of course the submachine guns are the way to go in this regard, but a lot of them just seem so pitiful, where, except for the first one, which is the HP5, is it? I think it's that. where its feature is actually that the first 5 bullets even of your magazines deal increased damage, which I thought was actually pretty nifty and would actually help, especially if you can get the first shots off in any engagement. Originally I did think you had the first 5 bullets that you fired, but it turns out it's not actually that, and that is actually the first 5 when you actually reload, which means you'll need to reload often to get the most use of it. But the reload time's so short anyway, especially when paired with dual mags, that is no trouble at all. Of course, the newest patch, with the patch, the MS-M1 is now the best submachine gun, but I haven't actually given that too much use just yet. But yeah, I pretty much rock the HP5 along with the suppressor, the foregrip, and the red dot sight. But I'm alternating between that and the dual mags, and I'm getting a bit of success with it. Anyway, that is actually about it for this video. Thank you for listening, and as you can see, we came quite close, but not close enough. Anyway, take care of yourself and keep being you.
UAV is online. Momentum maxed. They're taking our flag. Friendly UAV above.